Welcome to the KJ Today Show. Jonna, I think everything might be working here.
Ooh,
is this thing on?
What?
Check in, please, if you are watching live with us. Share one, where you're watching, where are you from right now? And if you've got a KJ crew number, check in with your crew number. If you don't have a KJ crew number, this is how we're doing giveaways and exclusive content. But right before the show, Jonna and I did a little behind the scenes thing, and we actually announced a few guests. You only get that stuff if you're a KJ crew member. So it doesn't cost anything. Just go to kjcrew.com. Now we've got a really, really big show planned.
Yeah, we do.
Jonna has a big job tonight in keeping me on track.
Oh, God.
We have this big old roadmap of all these things that we got to do. Look at all the notes already, guys. All the notes already. We have a conversation with Colton Herta where we talked all the pop culture things. You know what? I was a little tease. He's a big 80s guy.
Oh, me too.
As young as he is, he wanted to talk about the 80s stuff. So that is coming up. We have Randall Newsom from Wish TV, who is doing stand-up comedy tomorrow night. He's going to be telling us about that. And so your first mission tonight, as you are joining the KJ Today Show, which is positive vibes, pop culture, people to know, and pets. You are challenged tonight to make us laugh. So appropriate, short, tasteful jokes, put them in the comments. And when Randall comes on with us about 7:20, Jonna is going to select some of your jokes, and we're going to see if they actually make us laugh.
They'll definitely make me laugh because I'll laugh at anything. So bar's not very high.
All right, so put those in the comments. That's going to be our interactive fun segment for tonight. Everything about this show is interactive. We want you commenting. We want you being a part of it. Know that Jonna is going to sneeze 1,000 times tonight.
Sorry. Pollen's really high.
I was going to say, you've been here forever. Like the cats never get to you.
Yeah, not anymore since I've been here so much, but I think it's the...
Oh, bless you. Bless you.
The rain and the pollen outside.
Oh gosh. All right. All right. Well, if you need to step out, it's okay.
I definitely will.
Moments ago, she stepped out to sneeze, and she went into my bathroom where there's a litter box, and Amelia, my Siamese, was doing her thing, and it was awkward for both of them.
It definitely was. She ran out of the bathroom so fast. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Before we get to our first guest, the legendary, amazing Patty Spitler, I want to say thank you to PopCon, and thanks to everybody who is watching on the PopCon Facebook channel. We are so fortunate and so excited to be a part of the PopCon family. PopCon is happening. I mean, we're just counting down the days now. It's June 3rd through the 5th at the Indiana Convention Center. Tom Arnold is coming. We've got guests from Yellowstone, which is the hottest show in the world right now, that are coming. Guests from Supernatural, who rarely make appearances at cons outside of the Supernatural conventions. And it's just going to be 3 solid days of amazing fun. And as a matter of fact, if you are on watching on the PopCon Facebook page right now, we have an announcement tonight, and we also have a really big announcement tomorrow night of a couple more guests that are coming to PopCon. Now, speaking of guests, let's bring our first guest onto the show. She is known throughout Indianapolis for her amazing career on TV, for her love of pets. And Patty Spitler is also an author, and she is my mentor. Hello, Patty.
Hi there. How are you today? You look fabulous. And I want you to know I really love you because it's 7:05 and I don't have my nightgown on yet. And at 7 o'clock I put my nightgown on. So just for you, I'm keeping it nice for you.
I appreciate that. When Patty first logged in with us here moments before the show, the first thing she said is, "I'm still in my clothes."
Well, you said keep it clean, so I'm trying to do that.
You know, we are, you know, we try to keep it clean here, Patty. I'm very excited, Patty. You're here for a big moment in the show. We've upgraded the show. You know, this is grassroots here. Everything about this. And last week we had Dave Smiley on. You know, Dave Smiley.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I did see
my
that.
radio
Yeah.
partner.
And I remember listening to you on the Smiley Show all the time. That's where we first met many years ago.
Yeah, you used to come in and share your pet stories with us.
I know.
Yeah.
Always loved pets. They've always been the center of my life. Only child here, just like your first word was kitty. I think mine was woof or meow. Actually, my first, I had gerbils and turtles and cats galore. My first kitty cat name was Cookie because I thought she was smart as a cookie. She came from she was in a storm drain across the street, and I saw her, and I went and I picked her up and brought her in the house, and Mom said, okay, you can keep her. So that was Cookie, was my first kitty cat. Had kitty cats all my life. And now dogs and anything else.
Yes. Patty has quite a crew right now. There's Mabel, who's just absolutely fabulous and runs things over there, and there's Stewie, the superstar, and you added Timber, and it's been less than a year since Timber came to.
It's been about a year for Timber too. He's a rescue from Indy Humane. A lot of people want kittens, but sometimes they overlook the older cats. What I find is I like the older cats because their personality. And kittens, as you know, they come and go, ow, I want to step on your face. So they're developing their personality. And Timber's probably about 9 or 10 years old now. He's lovely. And every day he tells me something new. Cats tell you what they want to tell you. Mabel is getting up there. She's probably about 15 or 16. You have to come see her again soon. I hope she has a good summer because once in a while she'll walk around the house and all of a sudden it goes plop, plop, fizz, fizz.
Oh, no.
But that's okay. I pick it up. If she can make it outside, that's fine. And she's having a little arthritis. So, and we kind of walk the same together. Stewie, in fact, and then speaking of age, Stewie will be 7 years old coming up in June. My Bernese Mountain Dog, he's from a responsible breeder. Now, you know what's a responsible breeder. Oh, Mabel was a rescue too, by the way. A responsible breeder is someone who you get to see where the dog was born, you get to see the mom dog, and you get full health records. And you can't do that at a pet store. So just a little helpful advice that I've learned. I've learned so much from doing Pet Pals TV. So what I do is learn from experts and then try to pass it along. And I've learned a lot. So it's been very helpful.
Yes. Well, we're going to play a game in a little bit, and we have a dinger now. Last week I didn't have this. So if you look at that, isn't that cute?
Isn't that adorable? Looks like me.
KJ crew number 2, Laura Long, actually she funded the dinger for the show. So we're on our way, Patty. I don't know that I'll ever live up to the career that you are having, but I've got a dinger, so I'm getting closer.
I don't have a dinger.
Oh no, you need a dinger. So Patty, a really cool opportunity this weekend. You are actually going to be speaking, and Patty has had this absolutely incredible life. She has a book out right now that's called "The Dog Who Saved My Life." And fabulous stories from Patty growing up to, where she is now and how Pet Pals TV came to be. Right. And also, Patty, one of the things that I think a lot of people need to know is that, you were a pioneer in entertainment television.
It just kind of happened when I was in school. I was the chubby girl that was smart and quiet. And then I happened to get into theater in high school. And, I met a lot of people kind of just like me. We were all kind of strange, but we enjoyed hearing that applause. So got into that. And I always got the older parts, because of my voice. So then went to college, started off in theater, and then got into radio and then TV. And one of the first female disc jockeys in the morning for AOR, which is album-oriented rock, and then from there, moved on to, I did some TV. And then in 1982, I tried out for a show called Indianapolis Afternoon. And I had been traveling around the country doing radio. And I thought, well, I'll be in Indianapolis maybe a couple of years. My co-host was Dick Wolfsey for Indianapolis Afternoon. He just retired. And that was 40 years ago.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So, yeah. And I had to quit real briefly. I quit doing the news, which is what I was actually hired for. And then the entertainment just kind of happened. So I did that on the weekend and traveled to LA or New York. And then Monday through Friday, I anchored the news and did reporting. Anyway, in December 24th, 2004, I had to quit. I have severe hearing loss. I have Meniere's disease. And I always say when fatal fire sounds like flat tire, it's time to get out of the business. So it's my first Meniere's hearing loss started in 1987. This side I have a cochlear implant. This side I have a hearing aid. And then they came to me 5 years later. That was December 24th of 2004. 2009, knocked on my door, said, "You want to do a pet show?" And I thought, well, that'll last about 6 months. And that was 13 years ago. So actually, so here I am doing what I love. I mean, actually, they aren't doing many celebrity interviews anymore across the country because COVID kind of stopped all that. I've done a few, but they're Zooming now.
Yeah. You Zoomed with Channing Tatum not too long ago.
Yes.
I was jealous to even Zoom, but I mean, Betty White, George Burns, are you kidding me?
David Letterman, Jonathan Demme. Oh, there's 2019 December. That was Jennifer Hudson, Dolly Parton, Stacy Keach. What a voice. Oh, I loved Robin Williams. I miss him so much. Sophia Loren. And I've got my eyes closed. Oh, The Rock. That was for the Scorpion King, and I knew he was going to be a big star. Not only was he good looking, but he was very kind and generous and kind of funny. And very, very appreciative of the person who was talking to him. So I knew he was going to be a big star. And I was right. He's a big star.
And I am massively, massively jealous that you got to meet my ultimate man crush.
And I got to hold him close to me. And his breasts were bigger than mine were.
Patty, Patches wakes up every morning to The Rock. His alarm sounder is, "Can you smell?"
It is his entrance music. Yes, it is.
We're a quick little story, and I know we have to be quick here. I was at the Four Seasons in LA when we interviewed him, and I always try to stay on my time schedule. It's 2 to 3 hours different. And I was up 6 o'clock in the morning getting ready to go down to have breakfast. And I had interviewed him the day before. There was another day of interviews coming up. So I go to the elevator, and here comes The Rock. And he gets in the elevator with me. And I'm like, hi there. And he goes, "Hi, how are you doing?" I go, "Great." I said, I thought maybe he'd join me for breakfast. I said, "I'm going to breakfast." And he goes, "Oh, good." He goes, "I'm going to go work out." So that's why he looks, of course. That's why he looks. So I'm eating breakfast and he's working out. That's why he looks the way he does.
I'm going to have pancakes.
I love you, Patty. You're the best.
I've had a very lucky life. Yes, I've worked hard and I'm still doing what I enjoy doing. And yes, again, to conclude here, I'm having the book came out. Actually, Rita Rose, my friend who used to work for the Star for 43 years. During the pandemic, we found pictures in my basement. I was cleaning out some boxes, and I put a couple on Facebook. People said, "You need to write a book." So I told her stories, and then she'd write it down, and then she'd send them to me, and I'd kind of patty it up a little bit. And so the book is, I'm not getting any money for it. It's part of rescues and shelters. We've already given away about $2,500, which is good. Because some of these people work so hard at rescues and shelters. It's just unbelievable what they have to go through. It's just amazing. So if you want to come and hear me chit chat, come to the event on Saturday. There it is right there. Saturday, 5/21, 2:30 p.m. It'll probably be about an hour. I'll be bringing my Stewie. This is on the Michigan Road Library at 6201 Michigan Road. And admission is free. Come in and pet my Stewie. But I don't think I'll be taking Mabel because of the drop fizz. And
Sure.
oh, she'll be home. And Timber's I asked him if he wanted to go, and he's like,
Yeah. Timber does not do appearances.
no, cats don't. So I hope to see you there. And KJ, by the way, let me say you've been wonderful. I remember when I saw you right after you had to leave the radio, and I said, you should be our kitty correspondent. And you said immediately, yes.
Yes,
yes.
I should.
Yes, you should. And we're going to make it bigger and bigger and bigger because we love our kitties, but we need to know more. And you certainly are the expert.
Oh, well, thank you. You know what? The kitty Q&A that we did on Pet Pals TV, which it'll air again this week, right?
Yes.
I got so many follow-up questions from people.
Good.
Yes, people were watching Pet Pals TV and they were like, what about this with my cat? And can you answer this about my cat? So I think we need to do that again. If you would allow me to come back with you and do that, I'm always happy to help. And if I don't know the answer, I go looking for it because that's just like, I mean, that's how I am. I'm like, if one of my cats is doing something weird, I just figure out like, what is this behavior? And so, it would be fun to do that again. And by the way, Patty,
you're also on the podcast that's still on at wishtv.com. You can see the Positively Patty podcast with KJ talking about kitty cats.
Yes. And before you go, Patty, we actually have some kitty news. Breaking kitty news today, Patty. Researchers found that your cats actually know your other cat's names. So if you have more than one cat, I think this is true. Like if you have dogs too, like they know when you're talking to one of the other cats. And so what was fascinating to me about this is I'm like, how do I get to do this research project? The way that they figured this out was they would sit in the room with cats that were at like cat cafes. And they would show them pictures of other cats in the room and say their name. And then like say a different name and see if the cat would respond. And they're like, I don't even know what you're doing. But then they would do that with cats that live together. And they would like hold up a picture of Fluffy and they'd say, Steve. And the cats would look at him like, that's not Steve.
I love it.
And so literally, like that was somebody got to sit in a room with cats and show them pictures of their cat roommates and be like,
I love it.
And
cats
they were
know
like,
so much. They sometimes just, they know a lot more than they'll tell us. They just, and I love the way cats accept you in time. If you're getting a cat, especially an older cat, don't expect on day one for it to, know what it is that you want or know where it is. As I always say, give it time, give it at least 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. That's the 3-3-3 rule. 3 months for them to go, oh, okay, well, here I am. This is my place now. So, and you need more than one kitty litter. I learned that from you, although I have 2 for Timber.
Yes. However many cats you have, the rule is to have one more litter box. So yes, we actually have more than 8 litter boxes in our house.
Oh my gosh.
Patty,
Really?
We've gotten creative. There's furniture around the house that is like people will be like, oh, that's a beautiful cabinet. I'm like, that's a litter box.
And something else we need to talk about the next time. And I just learned this. When you have and I know you do this too, like a light or a saber thing, when you shine it around and the cat chases it, you need to let them catch something because they can't catch the light. So at the end, they need to feel like, oh, I caught something, right?
Yes.
Is that what,
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, they will actually get, they can get almost OCD because they're hunting and they're hunting and they're hunting. They're never catching anything.
Yeah.
So even if you put that light on one of their favorite toys and let them pounce on it and bite that toy and then put the light away. It is really important. It's things we didn't know. I mean, they're, my gosh, they're still 96% wild cat. Their DNA is 96% the same as a tiger. And you have it, and you have that in your house. So
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you for letting me be on your show. I appreciate it. And we'll see you again on Pet Pals TV. Don't forget to tune into Pet Pals TV this weekend. We're on at 10:30 on Wish TV and also WHMB Channel 40, 10:30, and it should be streaming. We've had a few issues the last couple of weeks, but they got it fixed and it'll be okay this weekend. So no matter where you are, you can go to wishtv.com and catch KJ and myself, and we're streaming.
Yes, we are. Oh, Patty, we forgot to talk about the beards, how the men grow the beard. Well, Patty,
we'll do it again.
Okay, we'll have Patty back, because when we were scrolling through her celebrity pictures, she went off on a tangent about men and beards, and I was like, save it for the show, save it for the show. So we'll have Patty back to talk about men and beards coming soon. Thank you, Patty. Go get in your pajamas. Thank you so much. Yes.
Well, you don't know what I'm wearing on the bottom here, so we'll let that go. Okay.
You don't know what I'm wearing on the bottom either. So
I hope you're wearing pants. I'm in the room.
John is like, excuse me, wear some pants. All right, Patty, good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Patty Spitler, always a joy to talk to, and such a wonderful mentor and friend to me. Thanks for being here. This is the KJ Today Show. We are talking pop culture. We're going to be talking that with Colton Herta, who won the Indy Grand Prix over the weekend and will be racing in the Indy 500.
So fancy.
I know, right? I was so excited when he won. I mean, like, I would have been excited anyway, but I was like, I talked to that guy.
Yeah. She was immediately like, Jonna, he won the Grand Prix. Do this interview. I was like, okay.
Jonna, how are we doing on jokes? Did you get some jokes?
I did not, but I Googled some jokes and they made me laugh.
Okay. So we are going to play, if you still want to submit jokes, you can.
Please.
We're going to play Make Us Laugh. Jonna will be in charge of them. And the reason that we're doing this is joining us here in just a second, Randall Newsom from Wish TV. He wakes you up every morning on Lifestyle Live. He's full of positivity. I mean, when you talk about positive vibes and this show trying to bring you a full hour of fun and positivity, I gotta have Randall on with me. So he is coming up, and we're going to be talking comedy because he's going to be doing stand-up. But first, I do want to remind you to get your KJ Crew number. If you go to kjcrew.com, it's completely free. I'm not asking you for any money. I actually just want to give you prizes, give you exclusive content. You know, we're only here once a week for an hour, and there's so much more that we do behind the scenes that want to talk about. So please get your crew number. We're going to be doing some more prizes next week. And we're going to be doing our Carb Day show. Oh my gosh. Can we talk for a second about the Carb Day show?
Yay, Carb Day.
Jonna, oh my gosh. So coming up next week, we are going to be celebrating the music of Carb Day at the Indy 500. If you're watching somewhere else, you should know that Carb Day is not about bread or sugar.
I wish it was.
It is. It's the last day that the drivers get to practice before the Indy 500. It had something to do with carburetors back in the day, but now there's not carburetors, but we still call it Carb Day. So they do a big concert. Rick Springfield's going to be there. He's going to be on the show next week. Morris Day and the Time is going to be there. Morris Day is going to be on the show next week. And then there's this hair band supergroup, which you know, Jonna, like hair bands, right? Like Poison. Here's the thing. When Poison came to Carb Day, like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years ago, when Poison came to Carb Day, I was like, there will never be a greater Carb Day ever than Poison at Carb Day. And we started,
So
right, Patches?
And you had just had surgery like 5 days before.
Oh my gosh, I'd had gallbladder surgery.
And you
Yes.
went out.
And she was not missing poison,
I was like,
guys.
you get that gallbladder out of me. You get me out of this hospital. Poison's a carb day. I gotta go.
I cannot.
Yeah. And our friend Darren was able to figure out, like, he was able to scam one of the yellow shirts with a golf cart.
He was creatively encouraging them to help me get on the golf cart so that I didn't have to walk. Creatively encouraging, Patches.
Look, they're going to be on the lookout for Darren this year. Where's that Darren guy at? Getting people
Darren, you know I love you.
We can talk more about that next week in our Carb Day show. And we'll also, I know I've been teasing you guys about Jack Harvey and what a nerd he is and how much he loves pop culture. So Jack Harvey, IndyCar driver, will join us for the show next week.
His accent's awesome.
Oh my gosh, it's fabulous,
It's
right?
the best.
Okay. And it's like, you know, like you just take him more seriously, and especially when he's talking about Harry Potter.
Right.
It's just, it's great.
I don't even care about Harry Potter. And I'm like, maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I'll watch Harry Potter.
All right. Tomorrow night, there is an event going on, and it is about saving comedy and bringing the laughs. And when I found out that my friend Randall was going to be doing comedy, I was like, wait a second. This is comedy is a different art. I mean, it's a different world. And so I wanted to bring Randall on with us. He's been walking behind the scenes in the green room. And now he's froze up, of course. Tomorrow night, we are going to have a chance to save comedy in Greenwood. And it all depends on you, Randall.
All of it? Oh, no.
All of it.
Oh, man. Thanks for having me, KJ.
I'm so excited for you to be here.
I know.
I want to let everybody know, Randall and I got to know each other when I was working at the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Mm-hmm. And every time there was a story, every time there was a kid that there was something special that we needed or the story needed to get out there, Randall was like, where am I going? What time? Like you have you were always so supportive of spreading the word about Make-A-Wish. And I am so grateful for that.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for you because when I first got to Indianapolis, I'm like, I need some story ideas, and I really don't want to do death, doom, and destruction. KJ, help! KJ, help!
I'm like, oh yeah. And now you're doing Lifestyle Live. I wake up every morning. I got you and Amber singing on my Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, we have a good time. I'm so glad they added me to the team because, as you know, it was Indy style for a long time, and they said, you know what? We need to add a little crazy. Call Randall. We're gonna jump in there and add some crazy to this show. And it's been such a joy. As you know, Amber's a lot of fun. And Randy Ollis with his crazy stuff, me and him go back and forth every day. And it's just been a joy to be a part of that team. And I feel like we got a nice formula for something good in the future. So hopefully we can keep it going. So we're obviously talking about the show tomorrow to save this great comedy club called Gutties in Greenwood. They're a family-friendly comedy club. And for those who don't know, most comedy clubs are mainly for adults. They don't really offer a lot where you can have the same jokes for grandma as you can for your 4-year-old. It doesn't really work like that most times. And these guys do a lot of great work. They've been around in Greenwood for about 3 years. They kind of got here around the same time I did. So they had this vision of having something for the whole family to enjoy where you didn't have to leave the kids at home and having comics come through and work on their craft where they can't curse, can't use vulgar language, can't talk about things that make people really super uncomfortable. And it's working, man. And the problem, of course, with everybody that's had to deal with the pandemic is getting crowds back, trying to get consistent support. And they're struggling right now. So we have this fundraiser called For Laugh's Sake. So we got the owner, Steve Rivera. He's going to be doing some comedy. Of course, all these guys are comedians. The guys that own this place are also comedians. So Dennis Tooley, we call him Pops. He's great. He's going to be doing some time. And then our headliner, Scott Gregory, who's been a frequent visitor of the club, always supported the club. He said, you know what? I'm just going to donate my time and give these people a good show. So it's free to get in. All you got to do, if you will, just give what you can to the cause. We're going to give you a great show in the meantime, and hopefully you'll want to support because, I mean, these guys do great work, and families just love coming in and stopping by. Problem is, a lot of people don't know they're there. So hopefully we can kind of let people know, get the word out, get these guys out of a little bit of a hole that the pandemic caused. And I think it's going to be a really good show. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm going to be in there, too. They suckered me.
Can we talk about, like, how
They
did you end up being a part of this stand-up lineup?
Okay, so walking it back a little bit. So when I came out of college, a lot of my friends were encouraging me to do comedy. And I was just like, man, I got to use my degree. I got a broadcast journalism degree.
I got a broadcast degree. Nobody uses a broadcast degree.
Yeah, I'm like, I got a broadcast journalism degree. I got to go write something or go talk on TV or something. And I had this ability to do impressions. That's why they wanted me to do it. So I kind of put it off. I went and I did some scout writing for high school football. And I ended up going to ESPN for a little bit for a production assistant gig. And they chewed me up and spit me out because I was like low-key trying to get on the desk. I'm like, hey, man, you think I could? No, Randall, no. We didn't hire you for that. We didn't hire you for that. So I remember on a little bit of a sad note, I remember production assistants, they didn't want us to feel like we were too big, or they didn't want us to feel like we were that close to the celebrities in the building. I got a chance to meet Stuart Scott, or not even get a chance to meet him up close, but to see him work. And I remember them wanting to say, hey, I don't want you guys thinking these guys are heroes. And I was like, well, who's your favorite? You know, and they went across the line and all the production assistants. And I said, oh, my favorite's Stuart Scott. Nobody's got something bad to say about Stuart Scott. They're like, well, actually, Stu doesn't like to be talked to in the studio. He's not that fun to work with. I was crushed. Right? I was crushed. I'm like, that's my hero. You can't say that. Cool as the other side of the pillow. You can't tell me that. And so, but I remember there was a moment where I got to see him working. And I remember Bob Levy, who was his co-host at the time, he was talking to everybody, right? Just, yucking it up with everybody in the studio. And I looked at Stu, and he was just looking down the whole time, just focused. And I remember thinking, oh my God, this man has cancer for the third time. And I remember later that summer, he ended up passing away. And I remember thinking, you know what? That's what people might have thought on the outside, but you never know what this man's going through on the inside. He could be anywhere. He could be with his two daughters. He could be with his girlfriend that was going to become his wife. He could be anywhere, but he chose to be here. I said, I want to love something that much. And then I remember maybe a week later, I remember hearing, hey, man, you did a good job tonight, Randall. Good job. Keep it up. Next day I got fired. I was like, oh, wow. They hit me with the okie doke.
That is the ultimate compliment sandwich right there. Hey, great job, but you're fired.
Yesterday was so great. You're never going to be that great again. You should just go.
But I remember being at ESPN thinking, I'm not supposed to be here for this particular cause. I don't belong here as a production assistant. I don't belong in somebody's basement. And people who know me from ESPN back then, they're like, you took a job in the basement? Like, what are you doing? And fast forward, I did stand-up comedy a little bit after I left ESPN. And I remember thinking, okay, this might be something. And somebody's like, hey, you want to go on the road? I'm like, yeah, I want to go on the road. Got in a car wreck.
Oh, no.
After I got in the car wreck, totaled my car. My mom said, you got to get a job at night so I can go to work in the morning. We got to share the car. I went to FedEx Ground, the worst job I've ever had in my life. My back still hurts from it. And then after, I remember my mom
there goes
saying,
our FedEx sponsorship.
Right. This show is not
shout out to
sponsored by
FedEx.
FedEx.
FedEx Ground, look, y'all need back braces. Y'all just need back braces. That's all. So after that, I remember my mom saying, you should try grad school. I'm like, Mom, I'm not going to grad school. You don't need grad school to get into broadcasting. I just need a shot. And then I fell in one of those trucks. And it was loud and nobody could hear my screams. I said, you know what? I think I'm going to apply to grad school. Went to USC in California and then got my first job in Monroe, Louisiana, and then got the call to come to Indianapolis. And then I remember when we started doing All Indiana, KJ remembers the 4:00 show when it started. Yeah. I got introduced to the guys at Gutties. And at Gutties, they would always say, man, you should hop on stage and do open mic. I'm like, I'm busy. I got TV stuff to do. I'm actually really scared, so I'm not going to do it. And I remember on our third time, it was their second move at the Sterling Cabaret. They were trying to just find a home. And they said, Randall, you should get on we got open mic. And matter of fact, you can get on the stage right here. And I was like, I don't know. He's like, I dare you. And I'm looking at the screen like, everybody heard that on live TV. They just dared me to get on.
I gotta do it.
Suckered me right into it. I got on the open mic, and I haven't looked back since. I started writing comedy. They started building me up, helping me just hone my skills from beginning. I remember when I did my first open mic with them, I wrote this skit out. But I like to interact with my comedy. I like to, move around. And I threw my notebook. And I was like, oh, crap, I need that. That's the rest of my skit. So it was one of those things where I was just like, wow, I'm really learning from the ground up. And I remember them saying, man, you do great. Man, you got great storytelling ability. You got presence that's probably from TV. Problem is you talk too much. You gotta bring it down. You gotta bring it way down. Your stories are long, man. You're losing it. People want to like you. You're messing it up. You're messing it up. So I mean, so it's funny. One of my best bits on camera. It kind of switches from camera to. I almost forget where I am sometimes. I'm like, oh, I'm on. Wait, can I say that? I wonder if my boss heard that last joke. And I make fun of being a reporter. So I make one of my favorite jokes, and one that people know me for is the happy news dude. I can't give too much of it away because I want KJ to come see it. I want y'all to come see it in person. But it's basically about I'm the happy news dude. Like, don't come at me because I know some people don't like news media right now. That's fine, but just don't come at me. I'm the happy news dude, right? So. And then, long story short, there's a story. And KJ, do you remember Kevin Stinson, our photographer? Has been here forever.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So Kevin has been here 40 years, and this story that everybody loves is about him and us and a fire. I'm leaving it at that. Him, me, and a fire, and people die. That's my opening joke, and it's so funny because I play off the fact that I know we're in a time where people have their misconceptions about who we are. And so I kind of break that fourth wall. I'm like, look, let me tell y'all what I'm really thinking while I'm doing these live reports. So it's a fun little behind the scenes joke that people like a lot. And then I joke about this time in my life. It happens once or twice a month. It's called Broke Week. It's called Broke Week. Twice a month.
I know all about that.
You know about it. Yeah, you know about it.
So, broke month, though.
Days besides the 1st and the 15th, where things just aren't lining up the way they should. Your pockets and your feelings aren't lining up at the same time. So
yeah, been there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a little bit of my set. And then of course, KJ knows also I'm a pretty new daddy. My daughter's 2.5. She'll be 3 in August. And man, there needs to be a handbook. There needs to be about 10 handbooks for new dads, because I messed up a lot of stuff.
What's something you messed up?
And let's just say I got banned from bath time.
Oh,
We'll leave that joke there. If you want to come see and hear how I got banned from bath time, you're more than welcome. First of all, don't judge me. I don't want any people judging us at the comedy show. Okay, this is where you let it out. You ask for advice. It's a safe space. It's supposed to be. Yes,
no, it will be. It will be tomorrow night. Gutties, and that's in Greenwood Park Mall, right?
Yes, right next to the Cheesecake Factory. I know because I keep harassing people at the Cheesecake Factory and telling them to come to Gutties. And I tell people, if you got Facebook,
standing outside the Cheesecake Factory, like, hey,
yes, yelling at people like, hey, before you get your cheesecake, you need to go laugh a little bit, or you need to go laugh them calories off. You got to do one or the other. And so with the people at Gutties, man, they really appreciate having you guys there. Doors open at 6:30. The show starts at 7:30. And we got a nice lineup for you guys. And even the owner, I haven't seen his stand up live yet. I heard he's really good. So I like for people to come and check him out, because y'all be seeing his set the same time as I will.
And you can bring the kids, right? You can bring
the kids. Well, I've told jokes to 4-year-olds. I'm like, I don't know if you quite understand what I'm saying, little man, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. So
some of my favorite jokes are for the 4-year-olds.
Oh my gosh, we've gotten laughs from so many families. Some people have brought their kids for the first time to see comedy, period. And they've just walked out saying, oh my gosh, this was really for everybody. We'll be back. And I know that's all these guys want, is just for people to have the opportunity to have comedy in this way, in this space where you can bring any and everybody. And these guys, I got a lot of love for them without getting too emotional, because they got me started, and they've kept me going, and they've built me up. And people are just like, hey, you want to come to this place? I'm like, wow. The only reason people are knowing who I am in this space is because of them. So, I really like for you guys to support and just come out and see what they're all about. And if you feel the move to donate, just give what you can, because I know they appreciate every little bit. The goal for the end of the month is $10,000. That would help them keep going in the space that they're in right now. Because if they don't get that, they'd probably have to move or close down. So I know the guys have been stressing and really trying to figure out how this is going to happen. I said, hey, let me make a couple calls. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, I started this show. Gosh, this is show number 3, Randall. The fact that everything's working is amazing.
Wow.
But that was kind of, what I was really missing. Was that connection to the community and making sure when someone tells me like, hey, this thing is going on and it's important, right? And laughing, like this space that we're in for the 60 minutes, giving people something positive. We're bombarded with so many things that aren't, like taking that break, being able to laugh and just have a little bit of fun is so important. We all owe that to ourselves right now. So
we do.
Thank you. And I hope that we can have you back.
Oh yeah, I got to come back now, because like now I feel like I'm family now. We got to hang out, and then you got to catch me. I didn't realize when you told me about this that we'd be on video. So I did a whole.
I was like, is Randall out for a run in the middle of our?
I did a whole workout before, and my friend was like, "You sure you don't need to shower?" I'm like, "We're on radio. She's not gonna see me. It's fine. It's fine."
That's the way this show rolls, Randall.
I love it. I love it. I was just like, you know what? Well, we're here now. The best light is outside.
That's right.
Oh man.
All right, we will see you tomorrow night. Best of luck to you on stage. Yes. And we'll wake up tomorrow and watch you on Lifestyle Live as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Randall.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Appreciate you having me.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. All right. Oh, there we go. Hey, how's it going, guys? Do we have time to make us laugh, Jonna?
Yeah, I got 2 jokes.
Okay. Jonna's got 2 jokes. Patches, I need you to come in here. And I need you guys to participate as well. So please, in the comments, let Jonna know if she has actually made us laugh. So here we go. Okay. All right.
Here we go.
Okay.
From Leanne.
Okay.
Says, what do you call a belt made of watches?
What do you call a belt made of watches?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Patches?
A waste of time.
Yes. Oh God, I laughed.
Yeah. That's all.
Was that good, Randall? I just saw you were still there. Stay with us, Randall. Okay.
That is good stuff.
That's good. Okay. You got Leanne, you got approval from a stand-up comedian. Okay, next one.
And then the next one is from Jennifer Seffrin. She says, why did the pencil stink?
Why did the pencil stink?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Anybody?
No. Oh,
Nope,
Patrick, you don't know this one?
No, I'm out.
Because it's a number 2.
I'm sorry. I cannot laugh at these things.
I was over here.
Wow.
I was like, don't laugh. I was like, do not laugh.
Randall just added a couple jokes to his routine tomorrow.
I might not steal those.
You can't friendly joke.
You will if there's a 4-year-old staring you down like you're not funny.
You know what? Yeah, the 4-year-old is like, impress me, sir. I'm like, hey, you know why pencils stink? You know?
Yeah.
Right? Easiest way, go right to the poop joke.
Right to it.
All right, Randall, we will let you go.
I'm glad I got to hang around for those 2 moments right there.
Yeah, you're welcome. Tell your friends about the show.
Right.
Thank you.
I will. See y'all later.
All right. All right. So we have Colton Herta coming up. talking about pop culture.
Mhm.
This is going to be fantastic. I want you guys to get to know Colton Herta. If you're not sure about, maybe you don't like really get into the race. The thing is, when you get to know these drivers, sometimes you're like, oh, you know what? I like that guy. I'm going to cheer for that guy, right? Before we get to that, I want to say thank you. Actually, the joke, the number 2 joke came from Jennifer Seffrin, who is the founder of Indy Holistic Hub.
Wow, look at that.
Thank you so much to the Indy Holistic Hub for being such a big part of this show from the very beginning. The second that I told Jennifer what we were doing, I was like, it's going to be positive vibes. I want people to have a good time. I want to bring in people to know, like Randall Newsom, who's just going to make you laugh all night. She said, you know what, we're in, because there is such a big, important piece to your well-being that involves allowing yourself to have fun, allowing yourself to feel joy. Indy Holistic Hub is a free directory where you can go find people who exist in the holistic world to help you with your well-being. So go to indyholistichub.com. You can even find me there, Jonna. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Positive vibes, man.
Oh, man.
We're all about it. And I got my storms and melodies, my calming
your
remedies.
Positive vibes.
My positive vibes, yes. Coming up next week, we have the Carb Day show. It's going to be so much fun. You'll hear from Rick Springfield, who is playing on Carb Day. Morris Day, who is playing. Morris Day and the Time is coming to Carb Day. Are you kidding me? Amazing. And John is like, who's Morris Day and the Time?
Sorry.
I
probably know some of their songs. I just don't know like the name of the.
You do. Yeah. I'll play you some Morris Day and Time. We're not on a budget where we can play music on this show. We'll get
My
sued
jungle
for that.
love. Oh. I think I want to know you. Know ya.
Okay, look, that's enough, or like we'll get in trouble. Okay, so next week, 7:00, we have the wonderful Carb Day show, Rick Springfield, Morris Day, and we're also going to play back our conversation with Jack Harvey, who's another cool race car driver who is a huge nerd and loves Harry Potter. So please join us for the fun. Tell your friends. We can't grow the show without you. I don't have a big transmitter. Like this microphone, it only goes to you. All right, like that's it. If you don't tell your friends to watch the show, I don't know what we're gonna do. But what I do want to do is bring you the pop culture fun of the conversation that we had with IndyCar driver Colton Herta. What else are you passionate about?
I don't know. I was always a big Star Wars fan growing up. I'm watching Game of Thrones at the minute as well, so you kind of hit the nail on the head. Right?
Oh, let's talk about that. Are you caught up on Game of Thrones?
No, I actually just started it maybe 3 months ago. So I am on season 7, kind of halfway through, maybe episode 4.
How are you avoiding spoilers?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything I know about one of the dragons, what happens to one of them, I've heard. But that's like the only spoiler, and even that wasn't terrible.
Yeah. Now, and you're also a big pet fan. You've got a couple of dogs. So do you have some love for ghosts? Do you hope to see more of the dire-wolves?
Oh, yeah. I didn't really realize, I think it was like season 7, episode 3 when Arya gets, her dog comes back.
Wasn't that a crazy moment?
I didn't realize how big of a wolf it was and compared to all the other normal wolves.
Yeah, so there's so much I want to tell you right now, but I won't tell you because of the fact that it's spoilers. What about you're on YouTube a lot, aren't you?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
What is your go-to? Like, what do you like to disappear into on YouTube?
I actually watched a little bit of Cobra Kai for a little bit, then I kind of got out of it. Is
it worth getting into?
Well, I don't think it's great. I think the original Karate Kid's better, but
well, I love the fact that you talk about the original Karate Kid because you weren't born when that came out. So your father raised you on some of the classic movies.
More my mom.
Really?
Yeah, I always watch Rudy or Karate Kid or lot of like kind of, I guess, 80s, 90s movies. Yeah, kind of grew up on those.
You're a fan of Will Ferrell. Do you like Talladega Nights, being a race car driver?
Yeah, I like, well, not by being a race car driver, just from a comedy's perspective, it's very funny.
I love that he was like, hey, Cobra Kai, not that good.
Not that good, bro. Do you know how intense that show got once it got to Netflix?
Yeah, let me tell you, this was a conversation from a few years ago. So it wasn't, I don't know if he's seen the rest of Cobra Kai. That's a story we'll continue to follow. Somebody tweet Colton Herta and ask him if he's finished watching Cobra Kai and if he finished Game of Thrones.
Right. Does he know what happened to the dragons and who's on the throne?
Colton's also a really big gamer as well. Mm-hmm. He's a huge nerd like us. You can actually hear my entire interview with Colton Herta. It's part of the Kind of Nerdy Girls, which is of the KJ Today channel. So if you subscribe on YouTube, and please hit that subscribe button, you can go further back into, you can even search like Colton Herta on the channel and you can hear more with him. And there's a new Kind of Nerdy Girls right now where we talk about why Bruce Campbell from, the Sam Raimi movies and his appearance in Doctor Strange and why he hates my husband. Bruce Campbell has had issues with patches.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. And working as many shows as we have, I mean, it was Bruce Campbell is. Well,
I should preface this by saying that we work with a company called Celeb Photo Ops, and that's correct. If you follow me, you'll see us getting pictures with celebrities. Sometimes correct. We're at these cons. And sometimes we actually are in the same room with them, except Patches, who's not allowed to be in the same room as Bruce Campbell.
I have heard that it is all Patches' fault as to why Bruce Campbell does not like him, though. I've heard
that is true because like even like when I was younger and I worked in the service industry, KJ, waiting tables, like you can give the absolute best service, like 1,000% awesome service the entire night, but you always will have that one table. No matter what you do, everything's gonna get screwed up. That is Bruce Campbell for me. I mean, it just is. It just
no
is.
Tip for Patches.
Right? Yeah. No tips.
All right.
I've had talking tos.
That eyebrow thing that Bruce Campbell can do?
Oh yeah, yes I do.
Super high eyebrow thing that I clearly can't do.
I can't.
Right. It's almost like The Rock, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Like I don't even know which eyebrow I'm controlling right now. Neither. None of them. But like the Bruce Campbell thing where the eyebrow goes like way up, right? And that's the look that he gives Patches when Patches is in the room. I'm like, you.
Yep. Like, this is gonna be man. He is an amazing human being. I love everything about Bruce Campbell. I am just so sorry I can't get it right with him.
This is a public apology to Bruce Campbell.
Bruce, I am so sorry. I love you to pieces, but
the secret's out now that KJ's married to Patches, so he's gonna hate her now too.
We have a new segment called "What's Poppin' in Pop Culture" with Jonna that I'm very excited about, and we want to say thank you to Indiana Owned, who is helping us bring this show to you tonight. IndianaOwned.com is the place to find Indiana-owned companies. If you are an Indiana-owned company, it is a place to find your people. There are so many resources and support that you get, and you get this badge. Like you see, let me see if I can point to it. There we go. You see that right there? You don't get to just have that, right? Like you get to be certified Indiana. Now you're making me move my finger this way. You get to be certified Indiana owned. So if you're an Indiana owned company and you aren't certified yet, get the badge, get the wonderful support that comes along with being a part of Indiana owned. And if you are looking to support local, we're all about that here. It just takes one quick trip to IndianaOwned.com to find somebody that's local that's going to give you the service that you are looking for. All right, Jonna, are you ready to bring us what's popping in pop culture with producer Jonna?
Yeah. I can't see the graphic. My computer's too slow. My
You
computer's
didn't see the graphic?
I can't see the graphic.
I've been telling Jonna all week, like, I'm not going to show it to you. Can you see it now? What's popping with producer Jonna? I just went on your Facebook page and I was like, I need a picture of Jonna that's like, hey, what's popping?
Send me a picture of me.
All right. So some quick headlines for you. What's popping with producer Jonna? Then we have tell me something good to end the show, because we always end the show with good news. Jonna, what's going on in pop culture? What's some of the headlines?
All right. Well, pop culture, all of my Hocus Pocus fans will be super happy to find out that September 30th, Hocus Pocus 2 will be hitting Disney Plus.
Fantastic.
We're very excited.
You know, I've only seen Hocus Pocus once.
Oh, how dare you?
And I saw it. I was late to the party.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I was like,
pressured you into watching it.
You and Katie on the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast, they were like, oh, you haven't seen Hocus. Okay. I'm like, there's a little bit of an age difference. And I think, when did Hocus Pocus come out? Like 90 something.
I would say 90s.
Yeah, I was busy getting a college education and working 3 jobs.
I was
when
busy
Hocus
being
Pocus came out.
A baby.
So then I watched it and I was like, you know, like you watch it, you're like, I get why this means so much to you, because it was at a time in your life that it would have been the greatest movie ever.
Right.
But it wasn't like, I didn't hate it. I don't have the same thing. I wish that I did. I wish I had the Hocus Pocus thing.
I get it.
Maybe this one will bring me the thing.
Maybe.
Okay.
Who knows?
All
right. 2 more. Number 2. Bridgerton made an announcement that the 3rd season is going to be about Penelope and Colin's love story. And I'm very excited to see what happens between them, even though I'm a little upset with Colin right now.
Really?
I am very upset with him currently, but I will see how it plays out in season 3. I'm very excited.
So it's going to be season 3, but it's based on book 4.
Yes.
It's like they're skipping ahead a little.
Yeah.
Bit. They were like, oh, book 3 was a stinker. Like, let's not do that.
Because I think book 3 is the brother Benedict, and I don't know if they're like ready for. I don't think they set up.
We're not ready for Benedict.
I don't think they set up his love story enough in season 2 for them to do a full season of it. So they're going to do Colin and Penelope.
All right.
Excited.
All right. And is
then,
there nudity in Bridgerton?
Yes.
Okay.
There is.
I mean, I don't know why.
There is definitely some butts in Bridgerton. Okay? Like, I'm not going to lie. There are some butts in there. And then the most exciting announcement, for me personally, that ties into PopCon.
Yeah.
Yellowstone is now filming season 5.
Yay.
And supposedly it's supposed to be their longest season yet.
Ooh, and they didn't say it's the last season, right?
No, they didn't. I read an article that said the director said that he thinks maybe 2 more seasons max.
Okay.
So, pretty exciting.
Well, yeah, that is exciting. So yeah, PopCon is, I mean, it's coming up, you guys. It's June 3rd through the 5th, and it's at Indiana Convention Center. And there's over 50 celebrities. Like I said, we made an announcement tonight. We've got another guest announcement tomorrow that is a really big deal. And if you like Yellowstone, these are the guys that are coming, Jonna.
I love them.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them so much. Jefferson White is his freaking like story is so good, and the character growth with him is just love it so much.
What about so this Ian Bowen guy? He was also in Teen Wolf, right?
I never watched Teen Wolf, but he is very handsome.
Okay, and I mean they all are. Look at Denham
are.
Richards. Give him some love.
Denham Richards has a real nice beard.
Oh no, I don't like the beard.
Super nice beard.
And I love the beard.
I literally can't wait for PopCon because I want to meet all of them.
All right, so you can get your tickets popcon.us. PopCon is also Indiana owned. They are certified Indiana owned. They are local. Everybody that's working hard on PopCon to put on this huge event is right here in Indianapolis, and none of us are getting any sleep. Oh my goodness, Patches, are you serious with this? We got a Melody sighting, guys.
There's never a show where there's not a Melody sighting.
You know, given that we're on show 3 and the doors are open and the cats could come in here.
Honestly, I'm just glad that they try and kill me before the show, not during the show.
And Black Widow hasn't fallen on you yet.
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all should have, if y'all would have seen the pre-show, like when we were getting ready, Grayson and Amelia both like knocked over the Scarlett Johansson and like was literally about to fall on me. But it hasn't happened like during the show ever. It only happens before the show.
It's Attack of the Black Widow in here. Yeah.
I wish it was Captain America. I would prefer that. But
Captain America over here, he falls quite a bit too. Yeah,
he does.
Poor Captain America. If you could see Captain America's backside, it is.
I mean, we do want to look at his backside.
I mean, it is. That it's not pretty back there. That is a beat up Captain America back there. So we end every show. Oh, you know what? Pop culture. Can I just like shout out to my Doctor Who fans? David Tennant and Catherine Tate are coming back for the 60th anniversary.
Oh, and then they got a new doctor too, right?
Yes.
And may I add Bernard Cribbins, who was Wilfred Mott.
Oh, he's coming back too.
Yes, he is.
Everybody's
coming
back.
He's Catherine Tate's grandpa in the show. Yes.
Oh,
Wilf.
This is going to be great. I'm excited for everything.
Yes.
We got a new doctor. We got a
pumped.
60th anniversary special. I'm thrilled for it all. Thank you, Jonna. Thank you so much.
I do what I can.
I mean, I think, for your first segment, it was, A-okay.
At least I wasn't crying. So, I feel like that's a plus.
Yes, and the kind of nerdy girls, it's always what's got Jonna weeping. But over here,
Jonna has to be happy.
On the KJ Today show, it's What's Poppin' with producer.
I can't with this graphic. My fro looks good though. That's all.
It did. Yeah, your fro was popping.
Right.
It was.
Always is.
Okay, so every week before we close out the show, we do a Tell Me Something Good. This is something uplifting to leave you with some good news. And from Andy, I'm so glad he told me this because this could be a really good thing for you. There is an event coming up. The extremely wonderful and married to Scarlett Johansson, Colin Jost is coming to Indianapolis, and he's coming for a good cause. So every year this fundraiser is called Laughing Matters, and they bring in a fantastic comedian, and they raise money for support for cancer support community here in Indianapolis. It's coming up on June 4th. They're doing 2-for-1 tickets right now. So not only can you support a good cause and you can see Colin Jost, who is absolutely hysterical, you can get 2-for-1 tickets right now and feel good about supporting this amazing cause. So again, that event is going to be June 4th. You can just Google. I was like, I'm not going to put a big website up here for you, but if you Google Laughing Matters Indianapolis, it's going to come right up and you can get those 2-for-1 tickets through Sunday. So that has a limit. So consider doing that. Consider joining KJ's crew. If nothing else, like it makes me happy when you sign up. It tells me that you're watching. When we get to 100, I think we're at like 35 right now.
Yeah.
Right, Jonna? We got 35 members of the KJ's crew. When we get to 100, we are going to do a big giveaway. So we're gonna, celebrate. I'll ring the bell. We made it to 100, and we're gonna do a prize pack that's worth $100. So tell your friends, sign up for KJ's crew. I send you an email and I'm like, hey, we did this thing that didn't make the show. Woo! I send you an email. It's got like a crazy cat meme and it's like positive vibes. But it's just one. It's just like, what was it? It was like a cat all stretched out that looked like he was singing "I Will Always Love You."
Oh yeah. Patches with the disapproving head shake.
It's one email a week, and I try to entertain you. And I just, man, I'm gonna be sad if I go look at that list tomorrow and all that there is just still 35 people on it. I'm like, I even tried to bribe them with $100 prize pack, and they still didn't sign up. Sad day.
Guys, sign up.
Sign up. Tell your friends to sign up. Oh, Michelle, thank you. Number 3, checking in. All right. I love that this doesn't actually have to, like cut off at 8:00. Next week, Carb Day show. So excited about that. Starting in June, we're leading up to Father's Day, and we're going to celebrate cat dads leading up to Father's Day. But next week, we are going to celebrate the wonderful month of May here in Indianapolis, the Indy 500. The party before the race is Carb Day. And my Rick Springfield, like my favorite of all time. This is like, Poison is my favorite band, and that was my favorite Carb Day. But Rick Springfield is my favorite solo artist.
I can't wait to torture you next week for Carb Day.
Don't you dare!
I will.
Are you gonna make me play One Must Go?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna play One Must Go with hair bands next week. John is gonna ruin my life.
Sure am. Can't wait.
I will not play One Must Go, Rick Springfield or Poison.
No, I think the upside to this, Jonna knows nothing about hair bands, so this could work to your favor. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, can you pull up that graphic again? Because and then I swear I'm gonna go. Like if we had actual producers, they'd be like, KJ's awful. She never wraps up. So we have this Kings of Chaos, which is Sebastian Bach from Skid Row, Jack Blades, who's the lead singer for Night Ranger, like Sister Christian, right? And Damn Yankees, like, High Enough. We all love that song. John was like, I don't know any of this. You have Warren DeMartini from Rat. You've got Matt Sorum, who played the drums for Guns N' Roses. Lita Ford's going to be there. John Waite, you know that song? I'm missing you at all.
Oh, yeah, that's on my playlist, actually.
Oh, no, he's going to be there.
I know that song.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's this huge, like, super group hair band thing, Kings of Chaos. So it's just like they were like, KJ always says Poison was her favorite show. And now we're going to do this, and we're going to make her choose. I won't.
It's going to be a real short segment then.
So that is our show for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you very much to everybody who's been watching on PopCon. Thank you to PopCon for powering this show. Thank you to Indy Holistic Hub. Thank you to Indiana Owned. Thank you to Paul Miller for our fabulous theme music.
Yes, love Paul.
Which you're going to hear in a minute. And it's like the welcome again, because I don't know how to make credits. That's what I learned this week. I don't know how to make things scroll.
Oh,
yeah.
We'll have to work on that together.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
We'll figure it out.
All right. All right. So we're going to leave you with the opening credits because we have no closing
So just
credits.
imagine instead of it saying welcome, says thank you for watching the KJ Today show. Today's guests were.
Hey, man, it's show number 3. Everything worked.
Yes.
Like the microphones worked. The cameras worked. We're still on.
All of our guests came on and they sounded great.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Hey, how freaking funny was it that Randall was finally like, I didn't know I was going to be on video. Because I'm like, this is a TV guy. Did he really just show up to my show?
I
like
know. When
midway through his run, he's like, oh, I got no respect for KJ.
When he was in the green room, I was like, is there trees around him? Where is he at?
And by the way, if you missed, like if you're just tuning in, you missed Patty Spitler, you missed Randall Newsom, you missed Colton Herta. You can watch all of this on the replay on YouTube. Just hit that subscribe button. Go to youtube.com. KJ Today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that it will be so fun that you want to come back next week.